Good afternoon. Urination. Now, bears make for good friends. Think Winnie the Pooh or Paddington. Now, imagine sitting down with those two and be tripping off your bear balls. Because good friends make for good blunt buddies. Someone you can just sit down and have a womp of the schlong with and be floating up in the sky. But with so many bear species out there, some of them are bound to be better in your blunt rotation than others. And let's rank them by just that. Alright, so to start off, you got me up here with my humongous third leg sticking out, and this polygon with the arrows basically shows the rotation of who comes next and who comes right before me. Let's start with the first spot. Who do I want right after me? Who do I want to be the furthest away from? Well, if you know how stoners look in real life, I'm pretty sure you know how they smell as well. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the sloth bear, literally looking like the stoners of the animal kingdom. I'm sure they've got a great personality, but look at all that shaggy hair. I'm sure it traps a lot of moisture and stenches up in it. I have doubts that they take showers, but it also doesn't help that their diet constitutes of digging through the ground, digging through the dirt and bugs' nests to look for their food. So that stench might linger around in their fur. Alright, second spot. Who do I want to keep somewhat further away from me as well? Well, that's gonna have to be the polar bear. I don't have much reason for this guy, but have you seen the way they absolutely manhandle their prey? How they brutalize and turn small aquatic mammals into a cup of kids' jello? I do not want to be the guy asking that dude to pass on the joint. And for the third spot, somewhat far away but somewhat in the middle, this answer will surprise you. The mascot of this channel, the brown bear, which also includes grizzly bears in that subspecies. Why do I want grizzly bears far away from me even though they live here? They live in my heart. But one thing I cannot handle is bad breath. And when almost your entire diet consists of fish and raw salmon, I don't want you sucking on the same thing I will be sucking on. So, buddy, I love you, but you really gotta learn to brush and floss your teeth. But bonus points to them because I really wouldn't mind going full hands on and motorboating my face up in their furry ass cheeks. Alright, now we're down to the fourth slot. Which of our four remaining competitors are gonna be taking this spot? Well, it's gonna be the American black bear. For what reason? Well, I'm quite neutral with these guys, but I'm leaning a bit more towards negative because they also consume a big diet of fish and salmon. But the even worse part is that they also eat human food, specifically human trash left over after picnics or a day out camping in the forest. Which, by the way, do not leave your trash hanging around. It's not good for animals to eat. Hey, wait a minute. If they eat salmon and trash, I think that should put them in the spot before the grizzly bear. And the grizzly bear gets the fourth spot. American black bear gets the third spot because they eat trash. So these guys are literally known for rummaging through people's trash. Sometimes even coming across them in your housing area, in your backyard, just digging through your trash, fighting off your dog for scraps of chicken. And they're relatively docile, so they won't go attacking you. These are the kind of bears people say when you see them, you stand there, look big and strong and hold your ground. These are the bears you see in all those funny videos where you can throw a can at them and they'll be running the fuck out of there. Just try throwing a can at a huge 7-foot tall grizzly bear. I fucking dare you. The bear I'm gonna put in the fifth spot might have you asking, hey, isn't that the sloth bear? Well, yes, it does look very much so like the sloth bear, and they both exist in the Asian continent. The sloth bear in the Indian area, and this is the Asiatic black bear, mostly on the side of East Asia, China, Taiwan, maybe even Japan, I think, if I'm not wrong. They look almost about the same, but the one identifiable feature is that the Asiatic black bear has those Disney trademark copyrighted Mickey Mouse ears on their head. Disney is gonna be hunting them down soon. Plus, sloth bears have a bit more shaggy look and their ears are really floppy. These two are two sides of the same coin. While the sloth bear looks like an absolute stoner and the Asiatic black bear looks like he's got his shit together, they both love the schlonk. They're kind of like Harold and Kumar in the sense that one looks like his life is in a mess, and the other one looks like he's got all his shit together, but deep down inside, they're both giant ass stoneheads. And one is from the Indian continent, and the other is from the more Asian side of the world. Literally Harold and Kumar. Alright, moving on to the sixth spot. Someone I don't mind being quite close to me, but there's someone I prefer to be right before me. And the sixth spot goes to the spectacled bear, also known as the Andean bear, because it lives up high in the Andes mountains. These guys normally travel up the mountains up to 14,000 feet high, and when you're at that altitude, your lungs are pretty strong. And these guys, their bodies, they're kind of small. They grow up to like 4 to 5 feet. And when you're that small and you have such powerful lungs, I'm sure just a sip of the tip will have you knocked out for days. So I don't expect them to take up much of the joint, which is why I want them right before me, so I can keep that thing fresh for myself. Oh, and now we got 2 left. Who will be right before me, and why is there 1 extra bear? Did I forget a spot? I'll tell you that later. But who gets the spot right before me? Well, ding 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 ding. It goes to this freaky looking Malayan sun bear. Commonly found in Southeast Asia, there's so many reasons I want this guy to come right before me. But the first one is because their diet consists mainly of fruits, berries, and sweet, sweet honey. Sometimes they're even called honey bears because of how much honey they eat. Another reason I want the Malayan sun bear to be right before me is because the sun bear is also known as the doctor or the farmers of the forest, so he can get you a good description. Good prescription without running into any problems with the popo. Now they're called that because of all the digging and rummaging they do throughout the forest actually fertilizes the plants and helps sustain new life to grow within the forest. So he's also the guy I want to roll a joint, because with all that herb work, I'm sure he knows his way around rolling a good fat blunt, and that's why I want him right before me. Now that's not to say I hate the bears in the front part of this rotation. Maybe they just have some bad blunt etiquette, like sucking in too much or maybe crinkling it up. So that's why I want them far away from me. And the Malayan sun bear, even though he has a comically long and erotic tongue, I don't mind it because there's nothing a little wiping off can't do. Now, there's one poor sap all on his own. As I mentioned earlier, why did I leave out the giant panda? Is it because a giant panda may not even be a bear, as there is scientific debate whether the giant panda is more to the raccoon species or more to the bear species? That's been under debate for a long time. But no, I categorize him as a bear and I accept him even if he's not a bear. But the one reason he is on the side on his own, I'm leaving him out of the rotation, he can have his own blunt, is because he can eat up to 20 kg of bamboo per day. And if you can do that much to a forest of bamboo, imagine how fast he can make work of a blunt full of some sweet, spicy marijuana. So yeah, panda, you're gonna need to get your own. I'm not sharing mine with you. By the time it gets to me, it's gonna be nothing but a little stub. Wom. So yeah, this is the absolute top tier, only 1 ranking of bears by blunt rotation you will ever need in your life. If you ever put in a round table with these guys and you have to pass it on around, make sure you put yourself in the right spot. Make sure you put yourself where I would put myself. Thanks for watching.